Storyboard. I'm Pavni Mittal, and today's episode comes to you straight from the Cannes Lions. Over the last 3 or 4 years, we've seen conversation at the International Festival of Creativity being dominated by digital. The 62nd edition saw clients and agencies, both media and creative, discuss mobile, data, and the next big thing, that's wearable technology. On today's show, we're going to take a look at how both sides are addressing the digital challenge. First, we speak to Twitter's Kevin Weil. As SVP of Products, he is fast churning out products at the microblogging site that's aimed at increasing both users as well as advertising dollars. He also spoke to me about the next big thing, that is Project Lightning, and how he plans to monetize it. This is your 4th trip to the Lions?
Yes.
So could you tell me, are you meeting a lot of advertisers? If so, what is the one question they're all asking you?
We're meeting with advertisers and agencies pretty much back to back all day. That's one of the big parts of the value of Cannes for us. It's the opportunity to come meet with CMOs and CEOs of our biggest customers, biggest clients. Meetings that would have normally taken a long time, we can now put together very tightly and talk about where we're going with the product, and that's the most exciting thing for us. That's what they want to hear, and that's what we're interested to tell them. Okay,
you took over as the head of product at a time when it was really important for Twitter to expedite the rollout of new products. So what was the mandate that was given to you, and what was your strategy?
We came in and we said at the beginning of the year that you and everybody else, every user of Twitter was going to see a pace of execution and a cadence from us that they hadn't seen before. And I think we've delivered on that.
Okay.
Just last week we launched autoplay for video. We announced an exciting new project called Project Lightning.
I will come to that.
And we also launched some new commerce initiatives, all in 1 week.
Yeah.
And so that's very exciting for us. We have a bold vision going forward, and now we've proven that we can execute towards that.
Okay, so could you tell me what was that vision, that drove all of that? Because over the last few months, we've seen the rollout of a lot of new products, and I'll just list them right now. Instant timeline, quality filter, curator, and of course, Periscope, which was an acquisition. So what was the aim behind these launches, and how have they delivered for Twitter Inc.?
We want to make Twitter the best of now. So every time you open your phone, Twitter tells you what's happening in your world right now.
Okay.
We have 500 million tweets a day. Everything that happens in the world happens on Twitter, and we want to make it easier for users to understand all of that amazing content and have it tell them what's happening that they care about right now.
Okay.
Twitter is really the only product that can do that. And right now, it's just a little bit too hard for some users. So our aim is to make it easier, to make it more automatic, and instantly surface the best of what's happening now.
So now I'll come back to Project Lightning that's been announced. I know it'll take a while for it to be, live.
Yeah.
But could you tell me about that, and what do you expect it to deliver for Twitter? Because you've described it as a bold move in one of your interviews.
So the idea behind Project Lightning is kind of similar to what we were just talking about, actually. Every event that happens in the world plays out on Twitter. You have users taking photos, posting videos to Twitter about the event. They might be backstage at the concert. They might be courtside at the game. And all of this amazing content is flowing into Twitter. Even content around Cannes, where we are today. People are tweeting amazing photos, videos. They're periscoping the segments that they're watching on the big stage at Cannes. But if you were going to try and find the best of Cannes on Twitter right now, it would be pretty hard. And for a new user especially, that's difficult. So the idea behind Project Lightning is that we can package up that amazing content in a really rich, highly visual way and allow users to easily understand everything that's happening right now across the world and in their world.
But in terms of deliverables, what are you looking for? Is it new users, increasing active users, advertisers? What is the one thing that you really need Project Lightning to deliver for Twitter?
So it's actually an amazing instance of our strategy that works across all of our users. And actually increasingly, not even our logged in users, not just our logged in users, but also users that come to Twitter in a logged out context, and users that see tweets in other websites and other mobile apps. We've said we have about 300 million active users that sign in and use the product every single month. We have another over 500 million people that come to Twitter in a logged out context. And we have well over that, over 1 billion people that view syndicated tweets and that we can reach through our MoPub advertising platform. So that's over 1 billion people. There are only a handful of companies in the whole world that offer the ability to reach 1 billion people, and we're one of them. And I think Project Lightning is going to contribute across every one of those areas.
Okay. You know, I want to understand what really guides product innovation at Twitter, because at one end, I mean, you have two barriers. One is user experience and increasing your user base, and the other one is advertising experience that you said you need to also build, and sometimes they can be in conflict, and it's a very thin line to tread. So how do you manage that, and what really is the process of product innovation? What do you look at first, and how does it work? Could you take me through that, please?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we start with the user. Everything we do is aimed at helping Twitter deliver the best of what's happening now to every user. And so as we think of ideas, we also talk to users, we do research, and we build prototypes. And we put them in front of real people, understand if they're solving problems for users. And as we do that, you actually, I think, you might be surprised how rarely advertising and the user experience are in conflict at Twitter because of the way we built our advertising product. We didn't build an advertising product where the consumer experience was right here and the ads were over in the corner. Promoted tweets on Twitter are part of the experience. They are tweets, and they go everywhere tweets go. They interact and work in the same way that tweets do. Our goal with our advertising platform was to build something where the advertisements were themselves great content that were additive to the user experience. And so ads on Twitter, we've maintained a very high quality bar. Ads on Twitter, we believe, actually add to the user experience. And so they're not really in tension. We view them actually as additive. They complement each other.
But you end up having to work a lot with marketers, and has that reduced? Because a lot of them may not understand how to use Twitter, and like you said, it's all about creating a better user experience. So do you end up working a lot with brands and CMOs and trying to make them understand how to effectively use Twitter?
We do, and I think if you look back 4 or 5 years ago when we were first building out the monetization side of the business, we worked a lot with them to help them understand how to use the platform, and we also learned from them. We saw them innovating in ways that we had never imagined. If you fast forward to today, I think everybody we're talking to gets Twitter, they understand Twitter, and they're eager to leverage Twitter.
Okay. What about measurement?
If you look at advertisers today, they have a certain organic reach on Twitter, and that's incredibly valuable because every follower they get, they can reach for free anytime they want. And that's not always true on other platforms. But they know also that they can promote their tweets to reach a broader audience and to reach a very targeted audience. So we see them doing that consistently, which is how we've achieved the kind of revenue growth that we have.
What are the kind of measurement tools that you provide to marketers?
Yeah, we take measurement extremely seriously because at the end of the day, we get paid, we make money when we help further their business goals. And it splits into a couple different scenarios. Some marketers are looking to called brand marketers. They're looking to move people's minds. They're looking to change your emotions, change how you feel about their brand. And they measure, we do studies actually using Twitter, so in-tweet studies, that asking people questions about a group of people that were exposed to a campaign and a group of people that weren't exposed to a campaign. We ask them questions about brand recall, brand favorability, things like that. And we proved that users who were exposed to tweets, promoted tweets, and users who engaged with those promoted tweets actually have higher brand favorability and recall. The other class of marketers broadly are direct response marketers who are actually looking to sell product through the platform, and that's how they measure. So we've done a number of different partnerships and a lot of work to get at, are we actually driving purchases on the web or in mobile, like e-commerce style, or are we driving purchases in stores? We can measure both, and we've done a lot of great work there.
I also noticed that you are working with other sites, and you've got promoted tweets on them as well. So how has that been, and how have you made sure that Twitter has been the one to take advantage of that and not the partner site as much?
Yeah, it's one of the big things that we were, I mentioned it earlier even. Twitter is not just about our logged in user experience. The beauty of tweets is that they go everywhere. So for the NBA Finals, which recently finished, we saw 7.6 billion impressions of tweets about the NBA Finals, and many of those were in our logged out experience and syndicated on other websites and mobile apps. They weren't just in our logged in experience. And the beauty of our business model is that since promoted tweets flow wherever the tweets go, our business model flows from the logged in experience through to the logged out experience through to the syndicated experience. So we believe that we have a powerful monetization opportunity in every one of those areas.
So is all this, this new focus on logged out, logged off or logged out users, is that to increase the, active user base? Because I think that was where there was a bit of a problem earlier.
our view is that because Twitter content is public, because it's real time, Twitter tells you what's happening now in your world, we can build a great experience whether or not you have an account. And so we can actually solve a consumer problem with our logged out experience, and we see publishers adding tweets to their experience because tweets provide more context, they provide an immediacy and a relevance to their story that they didn't have without tweets.
Okay.
So we see it as solving a consumer problem, and then our business model can flow along with it.
Post the resignation of your CEO, and there's been a letter written by some of your investors, there has been a focus on following user base, the slowdown of growth in users and of course advertising revenue. So now that there is that increased focus in the market, what role do you think your vertical will be playing to get everything back on track?
Well, like I said, we are focused on increasing the pace of execution. We have a great set of products that we're going to be rolling out over the coming months. You're already seeing some of those with the pre-releases we talked about last week.
Yes.
I think it's going to have a great impact across every segment of our business, and we couldn't be more excited.
Big plans there from Twitter. We're going to take a short break here. On the other side, Mondelez's Bon and Bo on real-time marketing and wearable technology.
I don't believe it's about just Facebook posts. I believe it's about changing organizations to operate in real time, to respond to consumer demands as they happen.